everyone, welcome back to the Wind Waker. In the previous part I spammed the Forest Haven, so that's where we're going to take off from today. Just switch to the game window now. So what I'm hoping to do in this segment is to actually finish what will be the first dungeon of this playthrough, which normally would be the second dungeon, the one that's over there. No, not over there, I think it's on like the other side of the island, so way around there. Yeah, like over there, yeah, there it is. That place over there. In order to get there, what you're normally supposed to do is kind of go up here, and you can see over in the distance there, there's like a couple of, like, I don't even know what to call them, those things that stick out that you shoot the grappling hook onto. And, you know, that's like kind of one of the ways that they've set it up so that you're supposed to finish Dungeon 1 before you do this. I'm going to skip all of this. I'm going to clip inside this island so that I can swim underneath the loading zone to where the Deku tree is, and then that's going to let me get in there early. So I'm going to use the bombs to do this, which means that I am going to use save states. I don't want to like accidentally use too many here. What I'm going to try and do is climb on this ledge like this. I'm going to pull out a bomb, press B so that Link kind of shifts in front of it like that. Just reload the save state so that isn't a waste. I'm going to backflip off, I'm going to climb onto the ledge, and I'm going to move myself towards the bomb. And what that's going to do is, if the position is correct, it's going to push the bomb towards Link, and Link towards the bomb, and it's going to force me through this wall. So hopefully I can get this in just a few tries. Okay, so my position was bad there, I guess. It's a little bit finicky. I don't really like this trick a whole lot. There we go, I got it. So I just clipped inside and I'm now swimming inside the island, and you can see the loading zone for where the Deku tree is. Because there's water up there, it's going to warp me up to that section when I get to it. So I'll just head over to here and demonstrate that really quick. You've got more than enough air to make it, so you know, don't worry about that. And I can just run inside. So my next objective is to get the Deku leaf, and in order to do that I'm going to have to talk to the Deku tree. He's going to talk for quite a while, so I'm probably going to edit this out. I'm hoping to show the start of the cutscene, because since I'm playing on New Game Plus, there is a little bit of text that normally is in Hylian, which has been translated to English for this playthrough, so I'm going to try and show that off. Just jump slash into the cutscene here. And I'm also going to be taking damage in this little section right now, just because there's a trick coming up in a minute, which is going to require me to die. Those of you who are familiar with the Wind Waker speedrunning will probably know what trick I'm referring to, so we'll get to that in just a minute. Let me just knock these down. It's lagging a little bit because I've kind of set up some stuff for the trick already, which is making the laptop run a little bit slower than it usually does, but that's okay. Let's pull out a bomb, try and kill them with that. See how long it's going to take. It really is lagging quite a lot here actually. But yeah, I want to take some damage, so cool, got them in one hit. So I'll show this part of the cutscene. I might have to censor the rest of it, or even this bit, but this bit right here where he says about the garb or whatever, and this bit right here, is normally in Hylian, so I'm going to cut the rest of it out, I think, after this little bit here, and then I'll resume after the cutscene's over. Okay, so during that cutscene the Deku tree produced the Deku leaf, which is a way, I don't know if we can see it from here, it's like a way up at the top of him, on like one of his, I think that leaf like right in the middle of the screen right there. So another thing that we would use a grappling hook for normally here is we jump in this and sort of work our way up this, and eventually you'll get to like a platform up here which requires you to have the grappling hook in order to advance. So it seems like that's, you know, like another roadblock, but what we'll actually see in a second is that there is a way around this. So yeah, that's where you would normally use it. Don't have to worry about it. I'm going to jump down. I'm going to head... Well, actually, it's a good thing I took damage. Like I said, I do need to take some, so that's cool. I'm going to head back outside. Let me just get my Tingle Tuner out, because this is the first time in the run that we're actually going to use this. But before I get to that, I'll just nip outside. You can't actually use the Tingle Tuner in places that don't have a map. So in there, had a map, or didn't have a map, so I couldn't use it. I'll just let this thing damage me. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I was hoping for it to damage me and I accidentally held my shield out and killed it. I will need to do that in a second, but what I want to do is let it damage me until I have just a quarter of a heart left. Because bombs also do a quarter of a heart damage. And that's going to be important in just a second. Come on, kill me. One more. Well, don't kill me, just bring me close to death. Okay, so now I'm going to head back inside just to reset my position. I'm going to head back outside. and I'm going to kill him. I'll do what I did the first time there. I'll backflip so that he can actually come out of the water and just like shoot this towards him. Okay, so he's dead now. I'm going to switch scenes on the recording software now to show this. I have my Game Boy Advance hooked up to this. I will show how to do that in the video description, so please check that out if you're playing on emulator and you want to use the Tingle Tuner. So at this point I am going to call Tingle just by pulling out the item, and if you have a look at the little Game Boy screen, it should show him just kind of flying across in his little balloon in just a second. It is a little bit laggy. I mean, it's not really right now, but it might be in a second, but that's okay. I'm not too worried about it. This is going to let me survive the trick that I'm about to do. We're going to see this upcoming trick a couple of times in the run, so let me just do 2 rolls and kind of align myself to here. So I'm just going to switch to the GBA for a second and cycle through this text. I'm going to press start on the Game Boy Advance and select this. This is the red thing. I'm going to press B on the GBA to put it on there. Press start again. What this means is that now, from now on, as long as Tingle is still with me, if I press B on the GBA, it's going to give me a red thing, which is just like a red potion. It refills some of your hearts. So that's going to cost 20 rupees, as you can see. So what I'm going to do for now is I'm going to make a save state and quickly explain what this next trick is all about. Whenever you take damage with your sword out and you die from that damage and you get knocked back from that damage, there is a couple of frames where you can do a quick jump slash, or at least attempt to, like this thing where you press A. It won't be a complete one. He'll sort of jump up in the air for a couple of frames, but then he'll just fall down and die. It'll be interrupted by the death animation. But before he actually touches the ground, there's another brief window of frames where you can press B to do like a mid-air jump slash, like that thing. And then that gets interrupted after a few frames, so you can press B again, and very slowly when you do this, Link will gain height. So this trick is called the zombie hover. There is an obvious problem with it, and that is that like if you do it, like whenever you land from it, you're going to die. So you might think, well, why don't you just go into like a loading zone or something? There are instances where that works, but this one isn't one of them. What I want to do is head up to that platform up there, or at least close enough to it that the game will think that I exited from it. And then I'm going to call Tingle and have him heal me with the red thing. So let me just reload the state that I made so I'm in the right position. I'm going to place a bomb here. I'm going to turn around, pull out my sword because it's important that the sword is out. I'm going to mash A and B until he takes off, like that, and then I'm just mashing B. Just turning the camera around so it's less laggy. I should probably point out that I'm actually using turbo for this just because there is a tremendous amount of lag and it makes it inconsistent. He's like gaining height really slowly and it should be like a lot quicker than this, but it's not a problem as long as I can get up to this area that I'm trying to show here. It's kind of hard because he's taking so long. This is like mashing once every other frame, so 15 times a second, but because the game is lagging, I would actually need to do it for more than more frequently than this for me to be kind of hovering optimally. But when I get past this black line on the wall, that's when I'm going to start paying attention to the GBA again. So just a little bit more. I want to get to this platform above me. As long as I can touch that or get within a few pixels of it, everything should be okay. But he really is taking his time to get up high. If I zoom in, maybe it'll be less laggy. There we go. So when I get close to it, I'm going to have Tingle give me the red thing. I can't really tell how close I am to it, because normally the camera's a little bit better behaved here. I think I'm actually just below it. Yep, there it is. So I'll have him give me the red thing now. If you pay attention to the little GBA screen, you'll see him kind of fly over to where Link is and deliver the red thing, which is going to heal me. And what's going to happen now is that I'm going to fall into the water and void out. Or not. Okay, take 2 at the zombie hover, plant the bomb, turn around, pull out the sword, and get ready to mash A and B at the same time until he takes off, and then just mash B so that I can gain height. Try and reduce lag as much as I can here, because it's going to make it really difficult if I don't do that. I should not be heading in here. I should be pretty far over to the right, I think, but as long as I can make it up there, it's not really an issue. I'm trying to get to this this loading zone up here. Or not actually the loading zone, but close to it. You might be able to tell that it is lagging quite a lot. It's just because I've got the Tingle Tuner on and stuff. It kind of does this to the emulator. It really sucks, and it's hard to work with, but there's no other way around it except for maybe changing my angle. So I guess if it fails again, that's what I'm going to have to do. But I'm going to use the red thing in just a second. Like, how about... whatever, I'll just use it now. See what happens now. Because I am getting quite close to this. Now that I've kind of touched the bottom of this, what's going to happen is that after I heal, I am going to fall down. Because the zombie hover is over now. And I'm going to void out when I touch the water. And because I touched the bottom of that platform, the game actually thinks that I came out of this door over here, rather than down there. So I think what I'll do for now is, because it is causing a tremendous amount of lag, I will turn off the GBA. Let's just close that and go back to this scene. I will use Tingle again later on, maybe not in this video. I mean, I could use him, he makes some things a little bit quicker, but whatever. If it's going to cause lag like that, I don't really think it's worth it. So now that we're back in here, all I'm going to do is side hop once to the left, and I'm going to go into first person mode and line this up so that the B button is like kind of this like sort of section on the wall where it goes from light to dark intersects through the middle of it at kind of a diagonal. I'm going to come out of first person mode and just hold up. And just keep holding up. I should land in this bulb, and then hopefully, if my angle was right, yep, I land on the invisible part of this leaf up here. So this lets me run up here and just quickly grab the Deku leaf, which is a very useful item in this run, and just in general if you're playing this game. So with this I'm going to be able to enter Dungeon 2. I don't think it's possible to enter it without it, so I had to go and grab it. I'm going to head over to where that little guy is. Let me just quickly equip this. Other items that I'm going to need are probably this, so I'll just head over there now. There's a technique you can use with this where you kind of press E to cancel it, then pull it out again, and this helps you maintain your height when you're flying around with the leaf. It's called leaf pumping, and I'm going to do a little bit of it in Dungeon 2, so let's head out here, and I'm going to change the wind now so that I can actually enter the dungeon. And just so that it's convenient for some of the sailing that I'm going to have to do after the dungeon's over, or maybe not immediately after, but later on in the game. I could use the Tingle balloon and run across here and then kind of leaf the rest of the way, but I'm not very good at that, so I'm just gonna play the song here. And a little known fact, if you hold down on the control stick while you're actually putting the inputs in for one of the songs, then that actually will make it play quieter. So I'm going to set it to west, because that's kind of roughly where I'm going. Actually, it's exactly where I'm going, but I'm going to have to make a pit stop on this little island over here. So let's just head over there. I shouldn't really need to like go into that cyclone or whatever. I should be able to land on this, no problem. I could do leaf pumps here, but yeah, I should be high enough, so I'll just stop off here, fill up on magic, which is pretty much the main point of this island. I have to wait for this thing to go all the way around so that I can head over to where Dungeon 2 is, which is over there. That's where I pointed it out from at the start of this video, which was down there. You can see, oh, you can't really see, it's like a way down there. I guess my boat's just slightly out of view. But anyway, we're just about ready to jump off of this thing, so you always want to jump a little bit earlier than you would think to, because the cyclone takes a little while to actually reach. And the wind is west, and I'm kind of moving almost entirely north right now. If these things are scaring you, just press the button for the leaf when you're near them, and you'll knock them out of your road. I didn't know that when I first played this game, so this part was always a little harder than it had to be for me. Alright, so let's just grab all these things. I'm going to head inside here, and this is the second dungeon. Like I said, we're doing this as the first one. Normally it would be the second one, so that's kind of bizarre in its own right. I am going to do a save warp here, just so I can probably turn the Tingle Tuner on it. Actually, I don't want to do that. I don't really need to. I am going to save the game though, just to be safe, just you know, because I don't want to have to do any of that again, so I'll just get on with it now. There are only a couple rooms in this place where like the Tingle items are useful anyway. I'll just use regular bombs to blow up all of these things. I don't have to bother like picking up the big nuts and chucking them at it. So make a quick save state here, because I'm going to show off the leaf pumping thing. I'm going to use that technique where I cancel the leaf and then bring it out again to maintain my height and make it all the way over here. Just cancel it there, and I can grab this. It means I don't have to go on all like these other things. By the way, just to point out, it does still have the little tingle icon below me, even though I've turned the GBA off. I'm not sure if that's like an emulator glitch or anything like that, or if it's just what usually happens. But the GBA is off now. Plant another bomb here. Saves you a lot of time. I mean, I guess I could have used a bomb flare or whatever. Should have noticed that actually. That would have been helpful. Save me a bomb. So what you're supposed to do in here is you're supposed to leaf this, and it'll cause this platform to come over. Then you leaf it again, and you go back. It takes forever. We're going to skip that entirely just by leafing over, then cancelling it, and then falling down to our deaths. Obviously, that was completely intentional. That's what you don't want to do. That was the reason I showed it, obviously, so that you know what not to do. Right. So here's what you actually do. There you go. And it's worth noting that it is raining in here just because it is endless night. So, you know, that has effect in any outside area, even the ones that are inside dungeons. So, there you go. I'm going to plant a bomb here because I know that there's some rupees underneath this. I'm going to start killing these things as well because they are going to get in my way. Wait a minute, where is it? Where's the money? Oh, I'm an idiot. You know what it is? It's because I blew the leaves away. If you do it with just a bomb, it should give me like a 50 rupee, but maybe it won't do that anymore because I already like blew up this area. But let's just see. Did it? No, it didn't. Well, whatever. It's not a big deal anyway. I'm gonna come up here and kill some of these enemies just to get them out of the road. I'm gonna need this bulb in just a second. I think there only was that one pea hat. No, there's another one. I want to kill him because he's gonna annoy me in a minute. I don't really need to worry about any of the other Deku Baba, it's just that one pea hat and this one Deku Baba. So I'm going to get storage again, and in case you've forgotten from the last video, all this entails is pulling out the Wind Waker at the ledge, like the edge of like a cliff or whatever, and then cancelling it 3 frames before I touch the ground. So hopefully I can get this pretty quickly. There we go. And like before, I know it's worked because he's still playing with the Wind Waker, even though it's not like in the usual Wind Waker interface. Now, what I'm going to do from here is I'll pop into this, I'll jump up, pull out my leaf, and I'm going to land in here. I'll break these things just so they're out of the road. And because I have storage activated, I'm going to store this, and like we saw on Windfall, with the door opening animation, the same thing happens with the chest. His hitbox is really reduced, so I can walk inside a lot of stuff. Another weird side effect of this is that I can actually walk up certain walls, so I'm going to show that off as soon as the game lets me. Just backwalk a little bit and then pull out my leaf and I can land on this and just run straight up. Use another bomb here and just stand back. I'm glad that we have bombs in this dungeon now because it used to be the case that you had to bring a stick up here and it was really hard to actually get the door to open sometimes. I'm not going to waste a bomb here, I am going to just break this door open the normal way, and even though it is kind of slow, I don't really care. I don't want to waste too many bombs because I know that I'm going to definitely need some towards the end of this dungeon. This dungeon is actually completely broken. I'd say, I think, if you're speedrunning this game, this is the quickest one by far, because we skip like almost all of it. Like all of this stuff that it's showing right now. Again, there's another bit where you would need the grappling hook, and all of this is skipped. What you normally would do is you'd head up there, go all the way around, get the boomerang, cut this thing down, go underground or whatever, and it takes like a really long time to get the boomerang and the boss key. I am going to skip both the boomerang and the boss key. Actually, as a matter of fact, there's only one boss key in this entire game that I'm going to be getting, but we'll get to that a little bit later. So I'll jump over here, plant a bomb, to stand back so they actually activate again, and then that'll kill both of them. And as you can see, I'm still like walking through, so I don't want to do it at a wall, but you can see it in the door, I'm still walking through things, so I still have storage activated. And that's going to be really important in a minute. The whole reason I activated it actually is coming up in just a second. Alright, I managed to kill them both with one hit. That's awesome. And so there's the Deku shield symbol from Ocarina of Time. It's different from the one that's on the Bokoblin shield. I'm not going to bother opening that chest. Although I did hear some money fall in there. Since I'm using the Tingle Tuner, I do kind of want to have, you know, as much money as I can, just kind of generally speaking. Because things like the Tingle Balloons and Tingle Bombs, which I haven't shown off yet, but I will show off at the end of this video, just because I didn't do them in this dungeon. They do cost a bit of money. The Tingle Balloon, I believe, is 30 rupees. So it's good to always, you know, at this early stage in the game, make sure that you have them. So, as you can see, boss key door. Can't get through it, don't have the boss key. I do have storage, which means that I can kind of walk slightly inside things, and that's really advantageous here, because I can just do that and walk straight through and get into the loading zone like that. So here's the boss, and you might be wondering what that sound there was. Because I stored the chest in that room a few rooms ago, which had rupees in it, basically what it does is it delays getting whatever's inside the chest until you next hit a loading zone and storage is cancelled. As you can see, I'm no longer walking inside walls. So I then got the money that was in that chest. I think it was like a 20 rupee or something. Could be wrong about that. But anyway, here's my car, right where I parked him. He's going to get eaten by this thing, and I'm going to kill it. You might be wondering, how am I going to kill this thing without the boomerang? Well, I'm glad you asked, because there's a really cool technique you can use for it. It's a little bit tricky. It's not, as easy as just doing it with the boomerang, but it is a lot quicker if you can pull it off, which I'm definitely going to be able to, because I'm going to cheat and use save states. So let's just make a couple right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out a bomb, and I'm going to kind of try and chuck it at it just before it explodes. And I'll know if it connects because it will make a little damage sound. So I've missed it twice now. That's bizarre. Normally I thought I would have got it by now. I thought that second one was going to hit for sure. Alright, we'll try it once more, then I'm loading the save state. I don't want to waste too many bombs here, but it is kind of precise, as you can see. Okay, so the boss has 16 health and each bomb does 4, so it's going to take 4 hits like this to actually kill it. Just make sure I'm lined up properly. Yeah, I'm really surprised that one didn't work. Okay, so let's try again. Just gotta time it right before it explodes. There we go, so that one connected. Let's try again for a second hit. I guess you kind of want to be maybe more towards the outside of it rather than like directly below it, so that it gets it a bit of an angle. Oh, I really thought that one was going to connect. Huh. Let's see if this one works. Nope. Okay, I'm going to reload the save state because I've wasted too many bombs already. Yeah, as you can see, this is a little bit frustrating to do. Really thought that one was going to work. Really don't know why it's not. When I did this in practice, I actually got it really quickly. So I'm really shocked that it's taken so long. I guess I shouldn't be though, it is kind of a finicky trick. Like, why didn't that one work? That totally, definitely should have connected, right? That one I can see, that was pretty late on the throw. Or pretty early, sorry. Let's see. The annoying thing is you can actually just stand underneath him and have it connect if he's like low enough, because he kind of oscillates up and down. That's one hit. I'm going to make a save state now because I don't really feel like having to deal with this for too much longer. There you go, it's 2 hits. Let's go for the third one now. Can we get it? Yes, we can. And we'll go for the fourth one now. This is the last hit because, like I said, he has 16 health. Each bomb does 4 damage. Just missed that one. I'm going to load the state again because I don't want to waste any bombs, even though it's really probably a complete non-issue. But whatever. Really thought that was going to connect. I think we're having the same problem we had at the start of this fight again. I'm glad that this has kind of happened in a way, because it's going to show you just how annoying this fight can actually be without the boomerang. But, you know, if you do it quickly, then it is obviously quicker than getting the boomerang. I don't really know why this is taking so long. I'll try it from another angle. Maybe over here. See if I can get it this time. Let's throw it. Don't know why that one didn't work. It really should have. I was definitely in a good spot there. I guess his hitbox is fairly precise. I guess I'll wait like a second so that he can, you know, move about in his pattern a little bit more. And now I'll try it. Maybe he's like lower down or something now. So I'll just stand here and... Yep, didn't work. I got 3 in a row there. I can't believe I can't get this last one. But I am so grateful for save states right now, you have no idea. Now I'm just timing, like, or checking when to throw it and stuff. It's pretty silly. It kind of makes me think that it's not going to be possible with this bomb, actually. Because, I mean, I feel like that's as close as I can get it to it, and it's still not working. Don't know why he side-hopped there. I thought I was running forward. Maybe from over here. Yep, okay, so that bomb was never going to work. Let's try another one. Hopefully this time... There we go, so I killed him this time, and unfortunately there is like a little glitch that can happen here, but it's really rare. Just fast forward this a little bit. Because I killed the boss in like a really weird way, and the petals are still oscillating up and down, Link will probably be lifted up on one, or he can be at least, and he'll have to jump down to talk to Makar. If that happens, it's possible that he'll get stuck. It didn't happen this time, so we're okay. Nothing to worry about. Sometimes he'll also run into the heart container while he's running towards Makar, but whatever. I'm just going to pick up the heart container. I'm going to be doing more zombie hovers in this run, but not for a little bit. I mean, I think there's one in the next dungeon, but it's not going to be right at the start, and I don't mind taking more damage just to get my health back down. It's just a little bit of insurance just to have some more health. So I'm not going to show the long cutscene with the Deku tree where he gives you the pearl, but I'll just cut to like after it and show you that I did actually get it. Let's just fast forward this till we void out. It looks really silly with the plant still there. Okay, so we're back here with the cutscene over. I'm actually going to head back outside before I do anything else because I want to show off some of the other things that you can do with the Tingle Tuner just before this video ends. And like I said before, I can't call them in here because there's no map. So I'm going to go back down the river the way that you're supposed to go, or the reverse of how you're supposed to get up here. It's a lot quicker going down this thing than it is coming up. So I'm glad that we're able to skip all of that. I'll just head over to here, I guess, and show off some of the things that we can do. I think I'm going to actually need to save the game because I've still got this tingle thing below me, so I'll just quickly do that. But before I do that, have a look at this screen. I've got this pearl, but not the other ones. It's kind of weird to see that with just like this one and not Din's pearl as well. So let's just quickly save and reset by pressing R on the keyboard. Just because the other one doesn't work, as I've mentioned like a million times in the previous two videos. I'll just load this file back up, and now that I'm here, I can actually recall Tingle, just because I want to show off some of these functions. So let me just pull out my GBA again, just turn it back on. There's like no issue with lag this time. I mean, it might lag a little bit, but it's not a problem. So I'll just switch back to this scene here, get the GBA showing. Might take a second. There it is. So let me pull out my Tingle Tuner and just call him. Okay. So, gonna have to sit through this little animation again, but it's okay. It's kind of cool to see this, you know. Like, if you've watched runs of this game, you've probably seen them using the Tingle Tuner, but you've not actually seen what it looks like on the screen, because obviously they're not going to record the GBA and the GameCube /Wii. So now that he's here, I'm gonna switch to the Game Boy and just go through his text real quick. Let's see what I can do. So there's a couple other things in here. There's a green ting, which is going to let me replenish my magic, a blue ting, which is going to do both. Not even sure what this thing is. I guess I'll check it in a second. What does this thing do? Just protects you. Things like this just tell you the time. This lets you mark where you are. Alright, let's do this. See what it does. So I'll press B on the GBA. Oh, we can't use it here. Okay, never mind then. Maybe it's for like dungeon maps rather than like the C chart. Tingle Bomb. Let's use this one. So this little cursor that's below Link can actually be moved around. You can see it moving on the GameCube screen. Where did it go? There it is. So I'm just gonna press B now, and it explodes there, and it costs like 10 rupees or whatever. So let's bring up the Tingle Balloon. I know I'm wasting money here, but it's not a big deal. So I'll use this one now, and you'll see in a second that it's going to flash below where Link is. Or at least, yeah, there we go. And I can run around in the air for like a limited time. It shows you on the GBA screen just how long you've got. Or at least it should. It looks like it's frozen on 5 or something, I don't know. Well, whatever. That's pretty much the gist of the Tingle Tuner. I am going to be using it again for zombie hovers later on, maybe for a few other things. The King of the Red Lions just tells you, or like I think it's a text that he gives you when you first get to Forest Haven. So let's just run through that. It tells you to set sail immediately, but you actually can't enter them. It doesn't let you because the game's, as far as the game's concerned, you should still be on Dragon Roost and not able to get in your boat until like you're done with something. I don't know. I don't remember. It's not going to be a problem for us, though. We're just going to super run back. Anyway, I think that's probably going to be it for this one. Like I said before, if you want to know how to connect the Tingle Tuner with the Dolphin emulator, there will be information on that in the video description, so please check that out. And yeah, I think that's going to be it for this video, so thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.